All right, another good one here, guys. This is another 793. This one's a Bravo model. And the complaint is that the steering accumulator brackets are broken. So you guys look in there, you see clearly it is broken, both of them, on the one side there. So, show you guys what we got going on here. So these are your steering accumulators, right? And since these are kind of round on the bottom there, they're also round on top. You have two different styles, right? So these round ones tell me that this type of accumulator is the bladder type. So up here at the top, if you change these out, which I've had to do a few in the past, there's a rubber bladder that goes inside of here. At the very top is a Schrader valve, kind of like what's on your car tire to air up your tire. The difference is, though, you air these up with 950 psi of nitrogen. So that bladder holds all that nitrogen pressure. When you start the truck, the steering pump is going to generate about 3,200 psi of steering pressure. It's going to come down, it's going to come through this valve here. You see these two hoses? The two top hoses are the ones that come right here to your accumulators. And it's going to charge these accumulators up with that 3,000 psi of steering pressure. The idea behind it is that if something were to happen while you're driving and there's an engine failure of some sort, the engine dies, you have just lost your steering pressure. The pump is no longer producing pressure. But the bladder in both these accumulators will keep roughly 1,000 pounds. It's 950 plus or minus 50 psi. But basically that gives you enough steering pressure without the pump, once they're charged, that you can safely maneuver the vehicle off to the side of the road or out of the way. So that's the idea behind it. Also, with these, when you turn the truck off in the cab, or I'm sorry, let's start with the bumper. There's a kill switch on the bumper for when the truck is running. If you want to shut it down remotely, you'll go right here. While the truck's running, lift that. There's your kill switch. That's going to kill the engine from the bumper. Now, if you do that, the engine will stop running, but these accumulators are still fully charged, holding back all that pressure, right? So if you're a new mechanic to this type of equipment with this setup for a secondary steering, and you start yarding the steering hose off, that's going to be big problems for you because it's holding back 3,000 psi since you shut it down at the bumper. It's all going to be stored in these accumulators, and that's going to keep the entire steering system after the pump. It's going to keep all that charged. So if you shut it down at the bumper right there, you have to walk up and get into the cab, and you have to turn the ignition switch off in the cab. Now, when you do that, it's basically when the ignition switch in the cab is turned off, it's going to open up what we call the bleed down solenoid. What it does when you turn that key off, the computer powers the solenoid on the bleed down valve, and that's going to give it power for 70 seconds, and that's enough time to bleed all that steering pressure off, and it'll all dump back into your steering tank. At which point then you could come back down. You'll hear them when they turn off. You would come back down, and then you would lock the equipment out and start your repairs on it. So that's just a little something to be aware of if you've never worked on anything that has this type of a secondary steering setup. That's definitely some pertinent, potentially life-saving information. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Back to the task at hand. We're going to clean this up and see if we can't extract those broken bolts and maybe replace them and get this truck back on the road. So we'll see how it goes. All right, something's happening. Let me try to get you in here. It's tight quarters. I don't know if we're gonna both be able to fit. Let's try this. Oh. All right, hold on. You guys gotta switch sides with me. You can see in there. Trying to get where we can both fit in here and see what's going on. But every time I get you guys into the best seat in the house, then you're kind of in my way. Let's just see here. I got her moving. Okay, hold on. Hold on here, guys. I know you want to see the action too. Let's try moving the light. The light doesn't want to stick now. Freaking magnet's taking a day off or something. Let me hit it with the scraper. Give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna come right back to this. All right. Now we're gonna see if we can do this. I had to move the light, let you guys stand where the light was. Now I gotta hold you with my strong hand and use my right. Not sure if you guys can tell that it's turning, but it's definitely working. Of course, as I say it, I just slipped that time. Didn't even turn it at all. Let's see, get you guys in here. Maybe I can get you under the pliers, get a look at it. I need a third hand is what I need. If I could just have one more arm, preferably a second left arm, I could get a lot more done. If I had a second right arm, you know, all that right arm does for me is just counterweights my left arm, really. All right, let's see here. You guys see that? Maybe I can get it by hand now. Let's see what we got. Oh, nope. Can't get no in there to turn it. All right, back to the big pliers. You know what? Let me get a different pair of pliers that don't have the 90. All right, we're gonna try these ones out. Another long pair of pliers, but they just have a real small curve to them, maybe 10 degrees. But we're gonna see if this lets get in there a little bit better without that 90 on there. Such tight quarters, that 90 eats up quite a bit of space. Oh yeah, baby. You guys see that? Oh, come on. Change hands. Now this bolt actually appears to be in pretty decent shape. We'll get it out and take a look at it. Almost looks like it was like just a fatigue type failure. Take a look at it. We'll see if we can't do some RCFA on it, which means root cause failure analysis. Now I'm familiar with failure analysis and, you know, trying to read the metal, but honestly guys, I'm not that good at it. I just know a few of the things, and you know, it's just one of those things I haven't had a whole lot of time to study. That's kind of a side shoot off of my craft, but I am interested in it, and it's something I would like to study to get better at it. But let's check it out here in just a minute. Boy, this is painfully slow going. I wonder if I can get it by hand now. Let's check it out. Oh yeah. Looks like we may have some little beaching marks right along this side of it. Almost kind of looks like waves or like etches. But then the rest just seems like it broke very quickly. Or I suppose it could have went the other way and broke from this side, working back this way, kind of wiggling around, polishing itself down. You know, and some of that could be the marks from my pliers too, getting it out of there. Let's check out the other one, see what we can see. Alright guys, you guys see it hiding back in there in the corner? I've messed around with it, I'm having no luck. So here's what I'm thinking. That's a very strong magnet on a nut. In theory, we could stick this in there, the magnet will hold the nut. I'll weld it. Maybe I'll get the magnet back. We don't know. You guys will probably see just how angry these magnets are. But it's always nice to have a few just for stuff like this. Oh, oh. Gonna be kind of tough to weld. I wish the magnet was on the other side so I got room to get my welding rod in here. Stick welder. Or maybe I can get the magnet on the bottom, still have room to get my stick in on this side. Oh, come on. Just so you guys know, if you use these magnets to stick anything important to, say, the door on your service truck, just so you know, you've lost that. That is now part of the service truck forever. Oh, come on. like it, guys. Got another idea though, hold on. I'm just full of great ideas. Let's try this. See what we get here. Look at that. Nailed it. Good one, guys. All right, let me get the welder set up. Let's see if this works, right? So in theory, this is gonna work perfectly. We just have to see how it's gonna work in reality. All right, you guys can see that. I cleaned my ground. So we just got the ground rod, or the ground clamp just stuck in there. The welder we're using, oh, I just headbutted that. That was awesome. The welder we're using is a Miller Bobcat 250 diesel. We're going to be using 6010 3/32 rod. I just grabbed two. We should be done with probably a quarter of one. We should be good. I don't know if I can get you guys to where you can check this out. Bear with me here. I know you guys want to see the action as well. I don't know. You guys are going to fall and headbutt your faces again, so. Anyway, I'll get this welded. I'll bring you back, let you see what we got. There we go. Get you guys set up right there. I'm not real sure what you can see. Let's see what we got. There. Let's let that cool off. Then we'll try it out. They need to hit it a little more. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that should be good. Like I said, there shouldn't be any real tension on the bolt since the head's gone. That's kind of what gives it its clamping force. And since it's gone, we should be able to get it now. Let that cool for a minute. I want that heat to soak into that freaking broken bolt. Oh, the magnet got hot enough that it's not magnetic right there anymore. Should come back when it cools off though. You guys see that? Yeah, just on the tip there. Nothing. All right, let's see what we get. All right, we've got a different wrench here. By the way, there's no standard equivalent to an 18 millimeter. An 11/16 is like a 17.4. And a 3/4 is a 19, pretty much dead on. Come on, baby. Oh. Something's happening. You guys see that? Oh, I think you guys nailed it. I really love how much room they give you in here. Not sure what the deal is but I believe it's a part of a requirement to graduate engineering school. I believe you have to show utter hatred for mechanics, because that definitely shines through in the design of stuff. Everything's just slapped together, put together, stuff it in, make it fit, with no regard to how it has to come apart. Well, I was going to try to grab that with my hands, but I'm pretty sure that's still uncomfortably hot. Let me grab a little stubby wrench so we can turn it out faster. Alright, two things, guys. Number one, remember that magnet that we use to hold the nut? It's a super magnet, but absolutely not magnetic anymore where it was holding that nut. I had no idea that that was going to be a permanent thing, but definitely cool. Just thought you guys like to see that. Apparently it's permanently unmagnetized on the one side there, on this side. Anyway, second thing, we need 2 bolts. This is what we have. This one's a little long. We're going to have to cut it short. We'll put a small chamfer on the end, and then we'll be good to go. Well, here you have it, guys. This is the unmodified bolt right here. This is the one that we had just cut short. Put a chamfer on the end. And I must say that that bolt right there is cross-threading in so nice. Just kidding. Am I? We'll never know. Alright, we got all the bolts tightened up. We're gonna snug up these clamp bolts here. This truck will be good to go. That's it. Let's get this truck cranked up. Alright guys, pick up tools. Let's get this truck started. Alright, let's get this truck cranked up.